For our final lesson, we're just going to look at a simple line graph. Here is the task. What's the key word in the title? It is volumes, which means amounts. What type of amounts? The purpose of this graph is to measure the amount of traffic in one particular place. And you can see it's in one day. So the graph shows the total number of people travelling within the Bronsonville area over a typical 24-hour period. And there is the usual instruction at the bottom. How many types of traffic can you see? It's not 4, it's 3, because the purple line is a total of the other 3. And I hope very quickly you can see the 2 major peaks here at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. This line graph clearly provides a snapshot of the average daily traffic usage of 3 different forms of transport in Bronsonville. The types of transport are bus, car, and railway. Remember, use the WH questions to help you put everything in the overview. What is it about? Who or where does the information come from? How many types are there? And when? It's daily, one typical day. Here is the second paragraph. Overall, it is evident that the peak times are at 8 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the early evening. Over 6 million people travel at these times. The time when transport is least used is 4 a.m. This paragraph only aims to give the reader an overall look, a general understanding. So use this paragraph, which is the second one, to provide the general features. Here is the third paragraph. Looking at each form of transport, so now the student needs to write about detail. Looking at each form of transport, while the trends are similar, there are some interesting differences. Travelling by railway contrasts with the other 2 forms in that it seems to be not used at all from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. But at the peak times, railway has the most users, reaching 3.5 million and 4 million at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. respectively. The car is the least used over the whole day, only ever reaching 1 million users in the middle of the afternoon. Bus travel follows the same trend as the total. In this paragraph, to describe the detail, the student needs to make careful selection of some features. You cannot write all of them, it's impossible, so you have to become very skilled at choosing which ones. Like travelling by railway contrasts with bus and car. Focus on the peak times when there were the most users. And which form of transport was the least used. If you look for these most obvious features and you can write about them with good grammar, you will get a high score. So, this paragraph has detail. It shows the reader times from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. It does a lot of comparing and contrasting. Look at these words: similar, contrasts, the most, the least, the same trend as. It provides the examiner with a little bit of numbers and data, and it still has a topic sentence to tell the examiner that in this paragraph you will describe each form of transport, or you're going to give the detail. Let's just go back and quickly look at this one again. See how short this one is, because you're just giving general features. This whole text was only 162 words, so it's a really good example of possibly 6.5 in terms of its length of words. But of course, the grammar here is perfect, so it's an 8.5 or a 9 in terms of grammar and vocabulary. But I just wanted to show you this one to show you can still get a high score even with a simple graph. So why is this such a high-scoring text? There are 3 reasons. It has a wide variety of expressions and verbs for comparison. It has excellent noun phrases. And it has a very clear structure. 3 paragraphs. The first one was the overview. The second one had general features, and the third one shared the detail.